Sacco and Felice, New York and New Jersey's premier attorneys at law. Their team brings decades of experience across a wide range of practice areas. Whatever life brings, they're your legal team. From everyday matters to complex cases, they've got you covered with the experience you need and the results you want. Because when life gets complicated, they make it simple. SaccoFelice.com. SACCOFILLAS.com. 2 C's, 2 L's.
Dow is over $50,000. I don't know why you're laughing. You're a great stock trader, as I hear, Raskin. The Dow is over 50,000 right now. The S&P at almost 7,000. And the NASDAQ smashing records. Americans' 401ks and retirement savings are booming. That's what we should be talking about. We should be talking about making Americans safe. We should be talking about, what does a Dow have to do with anything? That's what they just asked?
Yes, that's what they just asked you.
Mr. Jordan.
What an embarrassment. Pam Bondi, goodness gracious. Talk about desperate. Talk about inappropriate. And I'm not a Democrat. I don't live for the party, all right? I live for the truth and love. I like what, I like MAGA. But, it's not all about the party. It's all about truth and love, in my opinion. And our next guest, Joel Gilbert, the great journalist, author, and filmmaker, he's had Pam Bondi's number for a long time, all the way back to the Trayvon Martin days. Remember that one? Joel Gilbert, welcome back. What do you think of Pam Bondi being fired?
Well, I think it's kind of about time. I don't think she was a great choice for Trump. He brought the MAGA people with him, and she really was not MAGA. I don't know if he knew her history, but as you alluded to, Pam Bondi was the Attorney General of the state of Florida when the Zimmerman case happened. Trayvon Martin was shot and killed. And when Ben Crump and Al Sharpton started leading the street protests, Pam Bondi, instead of looking at the evidence and saying, I'm sorry, this is self-defense, see you later, guys, she appointed a special counsel to have Zimmerman arrested. Ben Crump held this ridiculous press conference where he said that he found Trayvon's girlfriend. She was a 16-year-old. And then this 19-year-old, Rachel Gentile, shows up for a deposition, and Zimmerman's attorneys wanted to depose Crump and say, what the hell, who's this person? And Pam Bondi wrote a 40-page memo denying them the ability to depose Ben Crump. She also said the Martin family were friends of hers. So it was because of the Zimmerman case, don't forget, that the Black Lives Matter movement was founded. So I trace Pam Bondi as being responsible for the Black Lives Matter movement because she had no backbone. I don't think it was a good choice for Trump. I just read in the Daily Mail that she was fired because she tipped off Eric Swalwell that the FBI was going to release the Fang Fang files. So hopefully Trump will appoint a serious MAGA attorney general, and we can get on to the business of his campaign promises, which was to prosecute the deep state bad actors that have been abusing the law for so long.
Yeah, I heard that thing about Swalwell. I don't quite get it. How are they friends? How could she ever have been friends? I mean, like, where do they even have the time to hang out? I don't get that they were friendly. And what was the favor again?
Well, the FBI was going to release the Fang Fang files showing how Swalwell was investigated for his relationship with a Chinese spy. So apparently, according to the Daily Mail, Pam Bondi tipped him off, and he was able to get his lawyers to write a cease and desist. So we still haven't seen the Fang Fang files. So that might have been the last straw for Trump, but you could just see the whole year he's been irritated that none of these prosecutions have taken place of all these deep state actors, Comey, Letitia James, some of the Russia hoax. Nothing has happened. So I think it's high time, and hopefully we get a good, serious MAGA replacement.
All right. Very, very good. She just didn't get it. One other thing, this 40-page brief. What the hell did she say in the how is it she was friends with Trayvon Martin's family? How did that happen?
Well, she caved into the street mob. Ben Crump and Al Sharpton held these protests and said, we just want an arrest. We just want him to get arrested. So Pam Bondi could have looked at the investigation of the Stanford police that interviewed people for 3 weeks, and they said this is a pure case of self-defense. Pam could have done that. Instead, she caved into the mob. She said, okay, I'll give you a special prosecutor. She appoints a special prosecutor. They arrest Zimmerman. And when they wanted to depose Ben Crump for misrepresenting the witness, Pam Bondi opposed it, and she prevented Zimmerman's attorneys from deposing Crump.
I know, but you said But you said somewhere they're friends. She's actually friends with the Trayvon Martin family.
Yeah, what she did is Pam Bondi released a statement calling the Martin family friends of hers. Very famously, she said the Martin family are friends of hers. So she was a disaster as the Attorney General of Florida. It was because of her that we had the Black Lives Matter movement and all the mayhem that happened since then. And I think Trump made a mistake in appointing her in the first place, and it's about time he put in a real MAGA Attorney General.
All right. One other thing I wanted to get you on here as we proceed forward. You try to get what's his name, Swalwell, tossed off the ballot. He doesn't live in California. He's running for governor of California. The state constitution says you got to live in California to be the governor of California. You found out the goods, but they're sticking by Swalwell. Who the hell's going to win that race?
Well, I took it all the way to the Supreme Court, and they just, let him fly, even though he was not a resident. It looks like there's a chance it's going to come down to the June 2nd primary. There is a chance the two Republicans only get through, I think, because there's so many Democrats, they could split the vote. So it's a real intriguing race that we're going to have to see what happens.
All right. Well, Joe Gilbert, you're on it. You're great. Last thing, the new Attorney General must get Letitia James. And it looks to me like Pam Bondi didn't want to get Letitia James. Tell us what Letitia James did that was illegal with those crazy houses down in Virginia.
Well, she had 43 years of mortgage fraud that started when she was 21 years old, when she told the bank that she married her father in order to get a cheap loan. She told the mortgage companies in Virginia that it would be her principal residence, again, to qualify for the lowest interest rate. And she also lied to the insurance company. So she's got a massive record of mortgage fraud, which is ironic because she charged Trump with it illegitimately. And the attorney generals all over the country, in Virginia, New York, DOJ could have done something because she also took out a Treasury loan during the government-backed loan scandal. She took out a government loan out of the Treasury Department. So they could have gotten her. Look, the whole Russia hoax thing, they haven't lifted a finger. So Trump pretty much failed so far in his second term to take control of the Department of Justice. The same problem he had in his first term. He never took control of the Department of Justice, and that was a big problem in the first term, and he's got to get it rectified now here for the second term.
All right. We appreciate it. You are great. Joel Gilbert, keep it up. All right, pal?
Okay. Thanks, Greg.
Let me tell you about ProHealthConnect.com. It's transforming healthcare payments, providing retailers a seamless process for over-the-counter and healthy benefit programs. By connecting retailers, health plans, and payment processors, ProHealth Connect creates one powerful, unified network. They empower independent grocers and pharmacies to accept health benefit cards without changing how they do business. With over 10,000 locations nationwide, helping more than 1.3 million people access the care and nutrition they need. Go to ProHealthConnect.com.